What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel where we reveal some of the creepiest and most chilling tales. Today, we are going to talk about a story that will make you think twice before taking your next photo. Imagine you find this mysterious figure in every picture you take, even when you're sure you are alone. Sounds terrifying, right? Well, buckle up, because this story takes that fear to a whole new level. Grab a snack, dim the lights, and let's get into today's story. You ever taken a photo and noticed something in the background you're positive wasn't there? That's where this nightmare started. A little more than a year ago, I moved into an apartment. It wasn't perfect. Creaking floors, weird smells, but it was affordable, and I needed a fresh start. I'm a freelance photographer, so I spend much of my time taking pictures of landscapes, urban decay, street art, name it. One evening, while editing shots taken at a local park, I came across something weird in one of them. It was a man. He was standing under a tree, off near the fountain, hardly visible in the shadows. His face was off, like he'd moved while I was snapping the shot, but that didn't make sense. I didn't remember anyone being there. At first, I shrugged it off. Probably just some person passing by, I figured, but something about him gave me the creeps. The second photo. A few days later, I went to an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of the town. It was the perfect place for some gritty, atmospheric shots. Broken windows, graffiti-strewn walls, stuff like that. Anyway, when I got home and began reviewing the photos, there he was again. Same man, same dark coat. This time he was in the background of a shot, standing in a doorway, half concealed in shadow. My hands were shaking as I looked at the screen. Was he following me? The escalation. Since then, I have seen him everywhere. Pictures I take at coffee shops, busy streets, and my own apartment. One night, trying some new settings on the camera, I snapped several shots of my living room. Everything about the pictures looked normal until I came to the window. He was there, outside, staring in. I didn't sleep that night. The next day, I showed the pictures to a friend, hoping he'd confirm I wasn't crazy. But when I pointed him out, my friend just frowned and said, "There's nothing there." I felt like I was losing my mind. The obsession. For weeks, I couldn't focus on anything else. I started taking pictures compulsively, desperate to understand who or what man was. And he was always there, lurking in the background. I even started having dreams about him. In those dreams, he would just stand there, staring at me with his blurred, unreadable face. The confrontation. One night, I decided to confront him. I went back to the park where I'd first seen him and set up my camera. I waited for hours, heart pounding with every rustle of leaves. Then, just as I was about to give up, I felt it. That heavy, suffocating feeling, like being watched. I turned around and there he was. "Who are you?" I shouted, my voice trembling. He didn't answer. He just stared at me, then raised a hand and pointed at my camera. Before I could react, he vanished. Once I got home, I pulled up the footage. At first it was just static, but then his face appeared on the screen clear this time. It was my face. I felt like the ground had been torn out from under me. Was he? Me? Some twisted version of myself. After that, it spiraled downwards. I started to see him everywhere, not just in photos, but in reflections and shadows, even in my peripheral vision. I couldn't hack it anymore. I packed all my things and left town without telling anyone. For a while, that worked. He stopped appearing in photos, but sometimes in the dead of night, I would see him from my peripheral vision or reflected against a window pane. And I am unable to help but wonder what happens the day he permanently steps out of photos. That concludes the story for today. Now, what would you do if you came across a stranger in your photos? Leave your answer in the comments below. If you enjoyed this eerie tale, smash that like button, subscribe, and enable all notifications so you don't miss any stories. Until next time, stay safe, and maybe give that camera roll a quick scan before you go to bed tonight. See you in the next video.